What I feel, though, in my life, what seems to come for me, probably because I'm in the transitioning mode to doing more like what you're talking about, is that I feel like I need to be in the experience to start fine-tuning my attention and
sure. The experience is what... Actually, you're right. You know what you just said? This is really good.
Okay.
You just said, and we're going to emphasize it, you just said that being in an unwanted experience...
It's the best thing for you.
...causes a bounce which begins the momentum of what is wanted.
If you want to be aware of how you feel
under
in the
any
moment.
and all conditions. In other words, what you don't want is always the bouncing impetus to what is wanted, because you got to know what you don't want to know what you do want. So being in the experience, not shying away from it, not beating up on yourself for being in it, but understanding that this experience has launched momentum that I can now follow, or I can move in opposition to.
Yeah.
But when the momentum starts, you see, that's the difference between humans and their inner beings. When you launch the rocket of desire, that's why we've been calling it that all these years. When you launch the rocket of desire, your inner being and all of us follow the rocket.
Gotcha.
But you usually don't.
Yeah.
Humans usually stay in conversation and justification about why they want that by beating the drum of what's wrong with this.
Yeah.
Really good conversation.
Yeah. No, I got you. That's awesome.
So let's get back to what you were saying.
Okay.
You said, I think that sometimes I have to be in my life and in the experience.
I know it.
Yeah.
Because the only way to move the energy is to be in the experience, moving the energy. You can't be in a dark room meditating and move the... You can move the energy that way. But until you get into the experience...
Well, the dark room meditating, and we don't care if it's dark or not.
Well, I know, I'm just messing around with it.
But the thing about that is, the only advantage that is to you is that sometimes it's easier to practice the high-flying vibration when you're not looking right at something that's tripping you up. So you want to do some of both. But
Absolutely.
You're right. We want you in your life. We want you aware. We like it that Esther cares about what's going on in these meetings. We love it that she's interested in the truck. We liked the fun she felt as they were loading. We loved the feeling that she felt as Scotty took it out on the road. We loved her thrill at the new lift gate and her understanding that people aren't going to be lifting those heavy things. Her involvement in it, that's what life is. You don't want to just sit around and think ethereal thoughts. You want to be in on life. Yeah, for sure.
So this is what I think. For something that has more momentum, maybe like for me, the BP thing, right? 5 years, 10 years, right? Me meditating helps
BP,
to...
Tell them what you mean, BP.
Well, just the yip thing I had, where I'd get in there and my focus was all over the place, so the ball was all over the place. And then when I got my focus, the ball was right where I
What kind of ball
went.
is it? They don't
Baseball.
know.
Yeah.
Pitching, batting practice?
Yeah, throwing batting practice to professional hitters. So, and I'm just going on my experience of that. So the momentum was so built up that I could be, so I leave Florida, I come home for the off season. I could do as much work as I'd want to, meditation-wise, feeling place-wise. But until I got back into the physical experience, I didn't really know where my energy was, because I wasn't in the experience. But now I'm thinking...
So we have a question for you. Do you need to be on the subject of money to improve your point of attraction about money?
No.
Do you need to be in the experience of batting practice in order to improve the momentum about that?
Well, it's a shade of gray. It's not a black or white. But see, I think it's a shade. That's why I'm saying I want you to explain to me why it's not a shade of gray. Because to me, the shade of gray is how much momentum do you have built up on the subject.
We will acknowledge that there are few subjects that you care about as much as that.
Sure.
And so nothing else is going to get your juices flowing as much as that.
Sure.
And you're going to get more bang for your buck in the midst of all of that.
Okay.
But you could practice the concept of getting the vibration out there ahead of yourself on easier subjects, and that would serve you. That's the only point that we're making.
Exactly. And something that has more momentum, you might have to get back in the experience to fine-tune it.
So when you're out there, when you get there, what happens that's tripping you up?
It's being out of an experience and kind of forgetting about it, just living your life, doing your thing.
No, but we're asking, when you get back, when the spring break is over, or whatever it is, and you're back in the thing, and you're doing the thing.
Sure.
And what is it that's happening then? Are you more
past thoughts, past energy? So I walk into because I don't clean it up enough, I guess, before I get there.
But hear the madness that you just presented to us.
Yeah, because I think it's too much work.
But here's what you said. And so we're going to help you unravel this.
Cool.
You said that, I think I have to be in it. And I was in it because we had it last season and I was in it.
Sure.
And I was having my experiences and blah, blah, blah. I did fine and
sure.
everything did blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So then the season was over and now I'm not in it.
Yeah.
But I think I need to be in it. But I'm not in it. But I think I need to be in it. But I wasn't in it. And I didn't clean it up because I wasn't in it. And then I got back in it, and it wasn't cleaned up.
Okay.
So I didn't clean it up when I was in it, and I didn't clean it up when I wasn't in it, and now I'm back in it, and I didn't clean it up. And we say, so when are you going to clean it up?
Well, that's a good question, when I want to. But I think it's more of a... And that's why I'm having this conversation.
But
this
you see,
is good.
If you believe that you have to clean it up when you're in it, but there's something that's happening when you're in it that's keeping you from cleaning it up when you're in it, maybe when you're in it isn't the best time to clean it up. When you're in it isn't the best time to clean it up.
Yeah, you're okay.
When you're in it isn't the best time to clean it up.
Okay.
The best time to clean it up is to get out ahead of it. To get out ahead of it when you're not in it. When you're not in it is the best time. You cannot improve a relationship with your husband or wife when in the middle of an argument.
But I've been in the middle of horrible BP and in the moment cleaned it up by alleviating the situation, making light of it, so on and so forth. I've done that.
Then we're wrong.
Well, I'm not, you know that. I'm not telling you I would never do that. But
we're yanking your chain just a little bit.
Okay.
So are you telling us that you have the ability to clean it up under just about all conditions?
Absolutely.
So during the time that you're not there doing it, can you gain any momentum? Do you have the power of visualization?
I guess I just don't want to.
Well, this is the conversation that we're having.
Awesome.
And a lot of people feel this way. Esther has said for years that she shines in a crisis. And we said it's because the crisis makes you focus. So what you're saying is, I do a better job of focusing my energy when the rubber hits the road, when
the oh shit happens.
When it's there, then I'm more motivated.
Okay.
I'm more motivated. But we're wanting you to reach for inspiration. We're wanting you to reach for the inspiration. There's nothing wrong with dealing with things as it comes.
Sure.
And it's fun. The things that life gives to you, it's fun for you to keep finding your way.
Sure.
But the only question that we have about this is, what kind of life-giving things do you want to think about during the time that is not demanding your focus? We know what it is like when you're in a situation with these people that have put their reputation on the line, that are vying for really important positions, that care greatly, that have practiced themselves into something spectacular, who have gathered together in a league and on a team where they really want big things to come. It's easy for all of us to feel the intensity of that focus and how it would evoke more from you than under any and all conditions.
Sure.
But the question we have is, and we really want you to hear this, do you need outside motivation in order to get you to focus?
No.
You've been telling us yes, though, this whole conversation.
Absolutely.